50,000 followers. That is something special, and I think it calls for a special meal. So I went out, spent about $1,000 and got myself this Australian Wagyu MB9 Tomahawk and this little guy. We're going to be doing an Australian Wagyu surf and turf. You guys have seen a girl dinner. How's this for a boy dinner? First order of business, we've got to put our lobster friend to sleep. This is the quickest and most humane way to do it. Now, as soon as you can, get him into a pot of boiling salted water. Ideally, you want a deeper pot, but work with what you have. The steam will cook the lobster as well. For a 1.7 kilo lobster like Leroy, you're going to want to let him go for about 12 to 14 minutes. And while that's happening, I wanted to seriously show my genuine appreciation for every one of my followers. When I started filming myself make steaks after work, I had no idea that it would end up like this. When I really think about it, 50,000 people is so many. I seriously think that if I've reached at least one person out of those 50,000 and inspired them to get in the kitchen, get on the grill, follow their hobbies, that's mission accomplished. Thank you for everything, guys. As soon as your lobster is done, get it in some ice water so it stops cooking. Now we can get Leroy in the fridge and get our steak ready. Look at that marbling. You guys definitely know the drill by now. For meat this good, just salt, nothing else. Let this rest for about an hour. It'll come up to room temperature and the salt will draw the moisture out of the steak. We're going to be smoking our steak on some mesquite today. As usual, wait for that thick grey smoke to dissipate and smoke your meat on the thin blue smoke. We're going to smoke the steak at about 90 degrees Celsius until it reaches an internal temp of 45 to 46. Now, I want to do a smoked miso butter to go with the lobster. Butter, miso, a lot of saffron, garlic, tiny bit of chili, salt, pepper, mix. Now we're going to smoke it with the steak. Let that smoke kiss the butter for about 20 minutes. Now that the miso butter is being smoked, I want to make a parsley oil to garnish our surf and turf. We just want to use the leaves. Blanch them for 10 seconds and get them in some icy water. Get the parsley into a blender, add some neutral oil, I'm using grapeseed oil, and blend. Now strain that out through a Chuck's cloth. Now look at that. The reason we blanched the parsley is so we can get that beautiful vibrant green color. The plate that I'm imagining needs something crispy. We're going to make a parmesan chip. Real simple, just grate some Parmigiano and get it onto a non-stick pan in a ring mold on medium-low heat. Look at that beautiful golden color from the saffron. Our steak is up to temp, so we're going to remove it and get the grill ready to sear the steak and the lobster. Get rid of the poop shoot. Now, Australian lobsters actually have a lot of usable meat in the legs, so this won't go to waste. I just want to baste my lobster with the smoked miso butter before we get it on the grill. Now our steak is almost fully cooked on the inside, and I know it looks ugly now, but we're going to fix that with a sear. Now remember that your lobster's already cooked, so you just want to get a sear on the outside. While we're waiting on our steak to rest, we can get our lobster ready for plating. It's been 15 minutes, so let's trim our steak up. Now we've got the spinalis, or cap, tail, and the eye. I'm going to be using the eye for our plate. Now I managed to get a hold of some smoked salmon roe and some lumpfish caviar. Now let's plate up. Hit it with some creme fraiche. And of course, let's ruin it with some gold leaf. Now before I make a mess of this, I just wanted to one more time thank you guys for 50k. It tastes just as good as you'd imagine. And that was a boy dinner.